Hello, my name is Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we're going to be traveling all the way back to 1970 and 1973 to listen to The Knife studio version and live from Paris, France version in 1973 by the amazing Genesis. Yes, we're finally here at the grand finale of this amazing album. Of course, we're talking about Trespass, their second studio album. The song was originally titled The Nice, as a tribute to the band The Nice, which Keith Emerson was the keyboardist in. Wow. Peter wanted a heavier, dangerous rock song in their catalog, so this song was born. He wrote the lyrics as a parody of a protest song, showing how all violent revolutions end up with a dictator in power. It features a march-like organ riff, heavily distorted guitars, fast drumming, a flute solo, and a massacre interlude inspired by true events. It was an early live staple, sometimes reaching over 20 minutes in length when being performed live. Wow. And 1982 was the last time Genesis ever performed it. Interesting. Anyway, sounds like an intense song. I really hope I love it. And if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button as well as the notification bell to join the Retro Reactions community where it's all amazing music all the time. And on screen is a recap of the amazing month we had over on Patreon in July. The full album reaction was The Beatles, Abbey Road. Wow, quite the journey. And yes, tears were brought. Plus individual song reactions from Rush, The Who, The Doors, Kool and the Gang, Paul Simon, Art Garfunkel, Aha, and much more goodies from the 80s. Link is in the description below if you wish to join. All right, here we go. A little bit nervous, don't know how heavy or harsh we're gonna get.
To begin, tell me that I'm a hero. Promise me all of your violent dreams. Light up your body with anger. Now, in the sunny world, it's time to destroy this evil. Now, when I give a word, get ready to fight for your freedom. Now! Stand up and fight, for you know we are right. We must strike at the lies that are spread like disease through our minds. Soon we'll have power, every soldier will rest, and we'll spread out our kindness to all who are loved now deserve. Some of you are going to die, martyrs of course to the freedom that I shall provide. I'll give you the names of those you must kill. All must die with their children. Carry their heads to the palace of old. Hang them high, let the blood flow. Now in the sunny world, break all the chains around us. Now the crusade has begun. Give us a land with the heroes now. Stand up and fight, for you know we are right. We must strike at the lies that are spread like disease through our minds. Soon we'll have power, every soldier will rest, and we'll spread out our kindness to all who are loved now deserve. Some of you are going to die, martyrs of course to the freedom that I shall provide.
Liking this turn. Hints of Bertha Fifth. Perfect. Yes, Tony. Now I Know. Wow, definitely an epic song for all the reasons we just heard. I got lots of March, Revolution type vibes right from the get-go. I didn't expect Peter's rapid vocal cadence. The frantic energy was already in full force. He continues that style in future work, obviously. So, all their roots are kind of based in this song, in my opinion. I can definitely see the stylistic evolution going on in this song that Peter discussed. It was much different than the rest of the album from what I'm aware of, yet it was still so Genesis sounding. So kudos to them for having a big but different grand finale to the album. There were several catchy riffs in the organ and the electric guitar. So of course, many memorable moments in this long song. Of course, I loved everything Tony was doing here. His organ sounded great. And I really zoned in on Mike's bass playing, at least early on in the song. It was just gliding about quickly, sounded great as always. And of course, Genesis already getting theatrical on us with those stylized vocals on the left and right by Peter, of course. Kind of chilling sounding, creepy, a classic Peter move. A nice rock electric guitar solo. Actually, all the guitar solos, besides being amazing, those were the only times where this song didn't quite feel like Genesis, or I should say it felt like it could be another band. I see they were going for that, trying to imitate, maybe The Nice and other more hard rock bands of the time. They completely succeeded. It still works with the song, though. I enjoyed it. But it's often those middle sections in Genesis songs that completely change up, completely get me. No exception here. Around the 40% mark, we get that dreamlike, soft, luxurious section, I'm calling it. Just heavenly. I love being there. It felt like we were taken somewhere else, completely different, which makes it feel even more like a dream. The flute came in. I'm always sold on Peter's flute, the way he plays it, especially the melodies written for the flute. I also love that it was panning slowly from left to right, made it even more dreamlike. Just gorgeous melodies throughout in that section. Then, of course, the chaos comes right back with that literal audible protest that started happening. You hear people shouting, you hear the crowd, and then obviously you hear those gunshots and the female screams. Those two elements, very impactful moments. I really loved all the drumming and percussion in this one. I think I noticed it more in this song than any other song on the album. I'm sure John was going harder here, but kudos to him for amazing work, for standing out, for me to recognize and appreciate. And of course, Anthony, expert work throughout. His solos were incredible. I think we got at least 2 of them. Loved hearing that. For a 9-minute song, it definitely flew by. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, but it just proves that there was not one boring moment here, just huge energy, except for that one breakdown, but so much happening. Wow. I think this one is definitely a grower because so much was going on. Wow. But I try to zone in and appreciate as much as I could on one listen. Definitely overwhelming. I think the music here is a huge preview of what's to come on their next few albums. It just totally reminded me of the ones that I have heard from those albums. All that huge frantic energy, but still completely Genesis sounding. And then, great peaks and valleys to those valleys of soft, pristine, dreamlike music, the kind that brings tears to my eyes. It's all Genesis, and they do it to perfection. Yeah, and then the last 50 seconds seemed to be a huge change up. They deceived me. They fooled me. The music got really happy, like a feeling of maybe the war is over. And then all of a sudden, these dark touches come back. More of Peter's creepy, foreboding vocals. I think he even said, "You're going to die." So it was not a happy ending. But we did get a huge grand finale, rock-style ending. Dun, 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 or however it ended. Rock songs do that all the time. Just a big, majestic ending to this big song. So yeah, a lot of the song was pretty harsh, but I knew to expect that going in, and it completely fit the subject matter. It kind of had to be that way. I still loved all the masterful delivery of every instrument by every player, but certainly that middle dreamlike section was clearly my favorite part. I always admit that my score could change on subsequent listens, but for now I'm going to give it 5 super shiny golden records, an A+ for The Knife by Genesis, 1970. Alright, now let's check out the live 1973 version, see if I can spot the differences. It's about the same length, but certainly the hugest difference is we have a Phil and Steve Hackett, of course. So let's see, it'll be nice to see Genesis performing in high quality in the early 70s. I've hardly ever gotten to see that, so anyway, let's check it out.
The Knife.
About to begin, told me that I'm a hero. Promise me all of your violent dreams. I guarantee all you will need them now. Listen me world, you ready to fight for your freedom now? When I give a word, you ready to destroy all this evil now? Stand up and fight, for you know we are right. We will strike at the lies that are spread like disease to our minds. We have won and we treasure this world with our wings and kindness to all who our love now deserve. Some of you are going to die, martyrs of course to the freedom I will provide. I'll give you the names of what you must kill, hand them on and quickly cover them up in Trafalgar Square. Heaven and see you see them dead. Misery world, ready to fight for your freedom now. When they give a word, hang on high in the blood flow now. Stand up and fight, for you know we are right. We must strike at the lies that have spread like disease to our minds. Have won and we treasure this world with our winnings and kindness to all who our love now deserve. Some of you are going to die, martyrs of cause to the freedom I will
Love this part.
Some of you are going to die. Martyrs, of course, to the freedom I will provide.
And the legends leave the stage. Yeah, I can see why several of you told me that I had to watch this. Makes total sense. I mean, just seeing it is just brilliant. To see all their energy, the intensity, and their tightness as a band on full display in front of my eyes from 50 years ago or so. Just incredible. Wow. We start off with this super thick bass dominating my ears. Really nice. Sounded different from the album. So thank you, Mike, as always, for your expert work. I'm glad they showed a lot of you. I think it was the scene with Steve, Mike, and Peter all in one shot. That was incredible to watch. Of course, Peter, the center of this amazing performance. It always strikes me how different he looks in the early days compared to, 80s, 90s, 2000s Peter Gabriel. Wow. Of course, he's got the long hair, the makeup, the shaved front of the hair. But just if I saw him then and now and didn't know, I wouldn't even think it's the same person. And as always, Phil being a complete beast on the drums. Loved watching him here. Also long hair. Did Steve add more melodic touches in the beginning of the slow section? I think he did. It reminded me even more of Firth the Fifth because of that. And the people who got to be there, so lucky. Witnessing them in their early days. I'm sure some of you were there on this tour as well. Nice. But again, what a performer Peter was then, always was, and still is. A special stage presence for sure. I love how much he gets into the music physically. On full display here, it's almost like the music possesses him completely. I even thought he was going to chuck the mic stand at the audience at one point. He was doing cool things with it, putting it behind his neck. Just the movements, everything so theatrical, such high energy, so memorable. Phil's coach whistle was an interesting surprise. Don't think I've ever seen him with that, so I don't know if it was just used in this song or if it was kind of something he always did, but never seen it before. Kind of an interesting choice there. But then we get that same big explosive ending, leaving the crowd, wanting more yet completely satisfied at the same time. Okay, what a ride this album was. Definitely going to be one of my favorites when I've heard everything completely. And I can't wait to hear it all the way through in one sitting, from beginning to end, to experience the full flow of the album as meant to be. So thank you so very much, the amazing Peter Gabriel, Tony Banks, Mike Rutherford, Anthony Phillips, and John Mayhew for this masterpiece of an album. All right, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. If you wish to chat about this song or this performance, I would love to know your opinions. So you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I'll see you next time in the past.